I had a poem stolen, if you can do that. My Baz, who's got the show on Friday that you're all going to go to, found it online and was like, hey, gee, you know, that poem you do, 40 love letters, like somebody else put their name on it. Oh, really? How fun. So I got pissed off and there were other people that this person had stolen from, and we knew this person, whatever, I could go on and on. So we kind of know who did it, but it never came to fruition. Anyway, I had to prove that my poem is my poem, and Rachel had to prove, and Mo had to prove, like all these people in New York got blasted. Anyway, it spawned a new poem, so that's kind of good. That's what this poem is. This is called Retell the Telling After the Plagiarised. Sometimes the soy milk sits in the Starbucks refrigerator too long, and when they add it to my latte, once in a while I treat myself to a gaudy latte with trimmings. It collects at the bottom, not unlike cottage cheese, and I ask them to remake it, and I become, again, that girl. Sometimes people screw up. Sometimes I am the mistake. Sometimes, when I look at their boots covered in my blood, I still try to convince myself that I was kicked by somebody else. Sometimes, I'm just a girl with wounded palms and a bright laugh who likes cheap beer and pink polka dots, who winces when her friends argue and cannot bring herself to love. Sometimes, I lace up damage like boxing gloves. Sometimes I kick the doors of New York City taxi cabs. Sometimes I curse at pizza shop owners. Sometimes your husband is a wretch and you are misery and wine becomes your bedmate. Soon then, new lovers. And you polish them with a kindness you didn't know you had and wash their hairless backs with thick, wet teardrops. Sometimes you fuck your boss or blacken your fist on a moving windshield. Sometimes you takes the place of I. Sometimes you write poems. Sometimes a man behind a computer screen asks you to prove that a Miguel is really a Miguel, and that there's still a man in Colorado looking for you with his fists and his hammer claw, and this is why you changed his name in the story, and that Graham's ashes are kept in a copper urn on his mother's mantle, that you've cradled the damn thing in your own hands. Yes, it's all real, sir. Those love letters are mine. Sometimes I delete messages without listening to them. Sometimes I take too long to reply to emails. Sometimes I drink red wine until dawn, then nap, then color champagne with orange juice, just so I can call it breakfast. Sometimes I have nightmares. She comes in the form of a redhead. She has a black mouth, no lungs, fog spills from her lips. When I'm awake, her name is Mother. This is a picture of my scars. I am proving to you that they are mine. Here, look closer. Once, I knocked a neighbor girl onto the dirt and kicked her face because she was walking through my yard, and it was my yard. Once, I closed my cat's tail in the door, and I cried for days. Once, I screwed up, and I admitted it, and it hurt, and they shunned me anyway. Once, I was jumped by a pack of skinheads. Once, I loved. Once, I loved. Once, when I couldn't stop the wind, I broke the chimes.